Hi friends, Lindsay here from Diary of a Homeschool Mama, and today I am collabing with some awesome homeschool moms to do a list of 10 of our read alouds for the year. Now, of course, that is by no means all of our read alouds for the year, but we wanted to break it down because I know we all have a ton of read alouds and we can't share them all, obviously. But I am collabing with The Simple Rugged Path. She is actually the host for this collab. Also, Sodbuster Living, Bytes of Memory, The Brave Homeschooling Mama, Creative 2x Mom, Joyful Noise Living, and Faith Through Arrows. And I will have all of those channels linked below along with the collab playlist. So I'm really excited to dive in today and show you 10 of the read alouds that we are most excited about reading. Most of them go with our Sunlight curriculum, but some of them don't. So I'm not going to go too in depth with what they go with and who I'm reading them to and all of that stuff. I'm just going to show them to you, and that will be that. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and dive right in. The first book is from the Christian Heroes Then and Now series. We have never read any books from this series, but everybody that I've talked to and watched videos on of what they're reading and stuff love these books, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. I do not know how to say his name, but it is Bound for Burma, and basically these are just missionary stories. They should be uplifting and just empowering, so I'm excited to dive into that book. The next one that I have to show is The Case of the Gasping Garbage. This one just looks like a really fun read. It's basically about two science detectives, and my youngest, who I'm going to be reading this to, is really into science. I think he will really enjoy it. It's just like a lighthearted, short little book, but I'm excited to dive into that one. The next one is The Year of Miss Agnes, and I've heard great things about this book as well. This book is basically about a teacher who comes to this little small town in Alaska, this one-room schoolhouse type deal, and most of the teachers leave really quickly, and this is the first teacher that stuck around who wasn't frustrated, and yeah, so I'm really excited to find out more about this story. I'm probably going to say really excited, 16 times like I do in every video, so sorry about that. The next one is Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. This one just looks like a really cute, funny book, and I think my son's really going to enjoy it. So that is our fourth book. The fifth book is Detectives in Togas. I think this is just going to go really well with Sunlight Level B that I'm doing with my second grader. It does kind of look like a funny story as well, which he's really into funny stories. That kind of draws him in. It says it's a hilarious whodunit in ancient Rome. So this should go really good with what we will be studying when we are studying Rome. Okay, and moving into books from HBLD, which is for my oldest, we are doing The Sign of the Beaver. I'm excited because I've heard really good things about this author. And I also have her book, The Witch of the Blackbird Pond, here as well. So I'm hoping that we enjoy her books as much as other people have who have done these reviews. So the next one, The Witch of Blackbird Pond. We've actually had this on our shelf for so long, but for some reason we never got to it, and I'm glad that we didn't because it is part of our history this year. So can't wait to dive into that one. The next one I have to show is Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. I've also heard great things about this book as well. I've also heard that it's sad, but I do like a good book that has a little bit of sadness in it. I like a book that makes me cry sometimes because honestly, I'm not much of a crier. So usually a good book like this can bring out the tears, and it's been like 6 months, so I need the good cry. So I can't wait to dive into this with my son. And I have two more here to show. The next one is The Candy Makers. It says it is a candy-coated mystery full of mouth-watering surprises, and I think my kids are really going to enjoy this. It is by Wendy Mass, and this is not the only book in this series, I guess. There are some others, so if we enjoy this one, we will definitely be picking up the other books in the series. It is quite a thick book, but I can't wait to read this one. Unfortunately, it's closer to the end of the year when we will be reading this with Sunlight, so I just have to wait. The next one is obviously part of a series. I'm sure you've heard of the Little House series. It's quite the classic. But we just finished reading The Little House in the Big Woods, and we are basically going to be doing these books as a read aloud before bedtime each night, or if we get to them every night, I don't know. But with starting sunlight, that's going to obviously be our priority. But I do want to get through this series with my kids. It is one that I read with my great-grandma when I was little, and I just really love it. It's one of those series that really just is comforting and kind of warms your soul, and we really love it so far. So I can't wait to dive in further with my kids on the Little House series. That is all I have to share for today. Remember to please check out the channels in the description box, as well as the collab playlist. I know that you guys will find lots of good suggestions for read alouds for your kids, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you later.